I decided to turn the camera back on. You guys are on my phone, by the way. So let's continue to pray that it lets me film. I decided to turn the camera back on and update you all on my current depression situation for anybody who is interested in that kind of stuff, because I do know that I have been sharing my depression journey online for a decade or more, and there are people who follow me who are interested in such things. So here's where we are. What brought this video to mind is yesterday was a horrible day for me. I woke up and I was in a depressive funk. I'll just call it a depressive episode. I was having a patented depressive episode, and it was no bueno. I felt all the things: sad, heavy, didn't want to get out of bed, brain fog, the whole shebang. And ennui, like disinterest in all the things. Just all the feelings that you feel in that space. Okay, so I am at the point now in my depression journey. By the way, I have a major depressive disorder diagnosis. So for anybody that doesn't know that, I'm at the point in my depression journey now where I know what to do on days like this. In the past, they really defined me, and I couldn't tell the difference between myself and my depression. Now I can tell, oh, okay, well, this is depression. They're here. They're messing up the show. And basically I give myself a lot of grace, let myself feel what I feel, and don't make any major life decisions. Like, seriously. I tell myself, okay, you're not going to get everything done that you thought you were going to get done today when you went to bed yesterday. It's not going to happen. Do a few things, which I did. I still got things done yesterday. Do a few things. Also allow yourself to relax, rest, chill out, allow yourself to process what you're thinking. There were a few things I would say aloud to my husband yesterday and say, is that a depressed thought or is that an actual thing? And he'd be like, that's the depression. And I'm like, okay. And also, don't make any major life decisions. So like yesterday, I thought when I woke up in the morning, I was going to style my hair. And when I woke up, I knew, like, it's not happening. So we're still on a head wrap. This is actually not how I left the house with my head wrap this morning. But I had a fight with a medical machine to get my knot in the medical machine, in the test machine, and the machine won. So we're here now. Yesterday was a bad day, and that happens. Now, I want to point out that these bad days that happen to me nowadays are entirely in sync with my menstrual cycle. So right now, the main trigger beyond situational depression triggers in me physiologically, is that a word? That is, it better be. I haven't had coffee yet, so it better be, is hormones. And I am quite aware of it at this point, which is why when I woke up yesterday, I was like, man, it's winter, which is, I'll tell you all about that in a second. And I was like, okay, it's winter. I'm not going to get a lot done. I don't think that I'm fully out of it right now, although I did get my period this morning, TMI, but I mean, y'all are in the future and I'm in the past, so who cares? And I'm a woman. Hello, we get periods. I have a whole kid. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? So when it came this morning or last night it came right before bed, I was like, duh. I mean, I could tell. So the deep depressive feeling that I had is it's 100% linked to hormones, unless a situational thing pops in, but it's hormonal. So if you're here because I once made a video a couple years ago that was called Keto Cured My Depression, yeah, you might be like, okay, but I thought you said it cured my depression. First of all, it's the internet. Words are finite, okay? So what keto did was keto removed this constant depressive state I was in. And for a few years before this hormonal stuff started happening last year, because I'm in my 40s, so before this hormonal stuff started happening last year, I really had some serious, non-depressive years in there. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't, right? So, and now it's sprung back up hormonally. So hopefully that helps. So keto removed that consistent physiological slump that I had not even realized was a physiological slump until keto removed it. I was just always like that and always down. Now, I am not always down, although I do feel like, as my therapist called it, I kind of have baseline blah, which may be a function of always being depressed for 20 years and really not knowing how to identify outside of depression, but that's a whole other thing. All right, let's bring in when I said winter. Last year-ish, when I noticed these hormonal swings in myself and other physiological symptoms happening, I came up with this concept of the month of your cycle being sliced up into like 4 seasons, like the seasons of the year. So right now we are in fall. There's winter after this, then there's spring, then there's summer, right? So in the fall, things are dying off. Things are shedding. Leaves are falling off of the trees, right? Then in the winter, everything goes dormant. There's a lot of rejuvenative things happening in the winter, but we don't see it because it all looks dead, right? Then in the spring, all of that rejuvenative stuff that was happening starts to show itself. Things start to be birthed, they start to sprout, they start to be ready to receive for reproduction and blah, blah, blah. I feel like our reproductive cycle resembles that system to me. I just came up with that in my brain. And so I Googled it because I was like, that's fascinating. That sounds like something somebody else would have come up with. I cannot be the first person to have that thought, and I am not, okay? It is a commonly held concept that we reproductively are moving through cycles like winter, spring, summer, and fall. So for probably the past just short of a year, I have had in my phone winter, spring, summer, fall, because I realized that I could plan my life and my interactions and stuff around knowing that, for example, fall, which is right before my period, is coming. Fall and winter are pre-period and period in my model. I don't remember if that was what it was in the online stuff that I found, but anyway, that's what my model was. Spring is when your lining inside of your uterus is replenishing itself, right? Just like replenishing, getting ready for fertility and all of that. And then when the lining is set and you're feeling good and everything's popping off and you're feeling great, that's like end of spring into summer. And then fall is pre-period and you go again in a cycle like that. I don't know a lot about this concept, but it has helped me a lot. And another thing that I did was I looked up natural remedies to help with some of the symptoms that I was experiencing. And so I started doing a lot of natural things to help with symptoms, taking different supplements, like specifically binge watched one of my online people that I like to get information from about specific hormonal symptoms, and then just stocked up on all the stuff he said to do for different things. I made a spreadsheet and everything, y'all, and I am not a spreadsheet person. And I have consistently done that. And on the couple months that I didn't consistently do it, I could totally tell the difference. I was like scrambling, like, where are my supplements, girl? What are you doing? Right? So anyway, that's where I am depressively. Okay? Is that a word? I'm fine most of the time. I still have a low baseline for mood though. My mood disorder is not gone, you guys. I have a low baseline for mood. I was talking to my therapist the other day about windows of tolerance and how much effort it takes to get to a socially acceptable mood space for me, and how I need to give myself grace because that's exhausting. Okay, so anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go right now because I have to go inside of the house and get my son ready for virtual school. If you guys leave your questions and comments down below because you never know, they may become the next video. And until the next video, be well. Be encouraged. Here's a pineapple. Bye, you guys.